Chapter 2, Lesson 10, Problem Solving Fraction Operations. Our learning objective is you will use the strategy, use a model to solve fraction division problems. Unlock the problem. Sam had 3/4 pound of granola. Each day he took 1/8 pound to school for a snack. If he had 1/4 left over, how many days did Sam take granola to school? Use the graphic organizer below to help you solve the problem. So we're going to read the problem. So what do I need to find? I need to find how many days Sam took granola to school. What information do I need to use? I need to know that Sam started with 3/4 pound and he took 1/8 pound each day and he had 1/4 pound left over. So how will I use the information? I will draw a bar model to find how much granola Sam used. And how many days he took it to school. So to solve the problem down here, the model shows that Sam used 1/2 pound of granola. 4 groups of 1/8 are equivalent to 1/2, so 1/2 divided by 1/8 is 4. Okay, so to break this down, he started with 3/4, which we have right here, and he took 1/8 every day, but we know that there's going to be 1/4 left. So if this is all we started with, this is what's left. We had to break this section here into 1/8, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of those sections. So Sam took granola to school for 4 days. Now let's try another problem. For a science experiment, Mr. Burrows divides 2/3 cup of salt into small jars, each containing 1/12 cup. If he has 1/6 cup of salt left over, how many jars did he fill? So working through this problem, what do I need to find? Okay, so my screen sketch button will not work right now. So I'll just have to talk you guys through this. Make sure you're writing it down, please. So what do I need to find right here in this first box? We need to find how many jars Mr. Burrows fills. What information do I need to use? Mr. Burrows starts with 2/3 cup and puts 1/12 cup in each jar. He has 1/6 cup left over. Those are all information that they gave us. Okay, so again, Mr. Burrows starts with 2/3 cup. He puts 1/12 cup in each jar. He has 1/6 cup left over. How will I use the information? So I'm going to draw a bar model to help me find how much salt Mr. Burrows uses and how much jars he fills. Ah, there we go. Good. So for the model, we're going to draw one hole. And we're breaking it into thirds. But we're only talking about 2/3 of that. So we're not talking about this one. Now he uses 1/2 cup of salt. And so we're going to draw another model with just what we have and break it in half. It says he has 1/6 cup left over, and he has, 1/6 left over, and he puts 1/12 in each. So if we break this into, he has this left, and then he used all of this. The model shows that Mr. Burroughs uses 1/2 cup of salt. 6 groups of 1/12 are equivalent to 1/2. So 1/2 divided by 1/12 equals 6. So he uses 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he fills 6 jars. You could also use this equation to solve the problem. So we know that we had 2/3 and that we had 1/6 left. So we could take 2/3 minus 1/6. Then whatever we have there, because 2/3 is what we started with, we know we had 1/6 left over. So 2/3 minus that 1/6 is what he used, and we're going to take that divided by 1/12 because he put them into jars of 1/12 cup. And that would also give you the same answer that we came up with, which is 6. If you have questions, please ask your teacher, and remember that our learning objective was you will use the strategy, use a model to solve fraction division problems.